Weekenders on 2FM, that was
He's
Amy
outside.
Winehouse Rehab.
He's outside.
Who?
Brian O'Driscoll's outside.
So this wasn't just some elaborate prank that you've decided.
He's outside.
Greatest
And he's
repair in the
wearing
world
green.
is outside
He's
the
wearing
door.
green. He's bringing him in.
I won't
He's
believe
bringing him
I
in.
see him.
He's
It
here.
is Brian O'Driscoll.
Hi guys.
Oh my God, Brian O'Driscoll's in
Brian,
the
how are you getting
studio.
on?
Hello, Brian.
Hi.
It's lovely to meet you.
And you too.
Have a seat.
Thank you so much.
You're looking resplendent in your green. You'd have to wear green, wouldn't you?
I was on my. Well, it's for later on. For when I'm on my bike, I'll definitely be seen in a luminous green.
You will.
I'm
Please, if you see Brian
very
O'Driscoll on his
conscious.
bike,
Shall I bang these on?
don't
Bang them on and come
do,
right
yeah.
into the mic there.
Okay.
Come on,
There you
Brian.
go.
How are
Now-
you feeling today?
Sore.
We have to start off by
Yeah.
saying, because everybody was tweeting me this morning when I said you were coming on, just to say thank you from all the Leinster fans, and I guess a lot of Irish fans are behind Leinster this time as well. You must be delighted to be through after a fairly bruising encounter yesterday.
Yeah, that was hard. That was very hard. After the game, it was really weird feeling because everyone was so shattered. It didn't really feel like a really big win. Just people were too annihilated to actually celebrate, and people were like, oh, the management were talking, we'll put on a tab in a bar, do you want to go? And everyone was like, nah, I'm going home.
So just go home and sleep.
I went out for one or two, but
Did
literally
you?
just one or two. Just a nightcap, just so it could send me off to sleep.
Because we saw the game yesterday where we were just kind of catching, because we were on air as well, Brian, and I said to Ruth, oh, fingers crossed that man doesn't get injured for many reasons. Obviously we want to see you do well for Leinster and Ireland in the World Cup, but we wanted to see you sitting here this morning. But you did get a bang, didn't you? Because there was a bit of crimson there.
Yeah, it was a couple of slaps, all right.
Surely you get a bang every game, though. I mean, you must be the bounciest man in sports.
Those two Alangi boys are big boys.
He hit you so hard.
I wasn't even a speed bump for him when he nearly got in the corner. I saw one-on-one. I said, right, I'll do a job on him now, and I literally didn't even slow him down.
He hit you so
almost
hard, in
dislocated my
fairness.
shoulder.
Wow.
So,
Oh my God, the same
it
one
was the same, yeah. Which is now my good one.
Really?
After all the rehab, so I was like, right, I'll give him a good crack here now, and I'll show this Tuolangi boy who's boss.
Oh dear.
And sure enough, I was scraping the dirt out of my mouth.
Can I tell you, I was in the Viva in your dressing rooms earlier in the week. I was in working of sorts, and they said, go in and have a look at the dressing room. We saw the big plunge pool, the really cold one. Do you just all dive into that after a match?
Some people do. Diving, no. You kind of stick the toe in and
Really?
walk down the steps. It's like, oh.
And does it
but
work?
some of the boys do jump from hot into cold. But it, I don't know. There's all sorts of questions about medical science that is kind of unproven as to whether the whole cold bath theory works.
Yeah.
What it is for me is it kind of gives a good placebo effect, and you do feel better, whether it's actually benefiting you from physiological point of view, I don't know.
Would you rather have a hot bath with some lavender oil and maybe a glass of
few
wine
scented
and a
candles.
Bella magazine? That'd be much nicer, wouldn't it?
Yes, yeah. Well, it's funny. There's whenever you walk into the two baths, most people spend most of their time in the hot bath, and the occasional 30 seconds in the cold one.
We had Jamie Heaslip in a few weeks ago on the show. I see Jamie Heaslip as a kind of a man that likes his comforts, the hot bath ahead of the cold bath, perhaps.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. The thing is, certain guys, it's all, it's a real macho thing too, is who can kind of last the longest in the cold bath and who can dive from one to the other and, go fully immerse themselves in the water. Sean O'Brien is trying to prove his masculinity with that, but I haven't seen Jamie too often in that cold.
Great.
Maybe he just doesn't need it.
Bit of abuse for the next time we get him in. You should know, by the way, we're ridiculously excited at having you here today. Paddy he's nearly gone into a meltdown. He's been so...
Well, I'll just explain, I suppose. You're Brian, you're 32 now. Okay, so I'm 29, so I kind of grew up. You're always a couple of years older than me. I remember, in 2000, I suppose you announced yourself on the world stage with the hat-trick of tries in France. But it was kind of like 2001, where sort of everybody sort of found out about you. It was the Lions tour, it was the GABA Brisbane, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you remember that try?
I remember it, yeah.
Is that the best try you've ever scored? Ruth's like, what try?
Maybe, yeah, because for a couple of reasons. Because it's the biggest stage you can play at, but as well, the thing that I got most satisfaction out of it was it was the Australian defence, and they were at the time the best defence in the world. So being able to score one from halfway or thereabouts against that defence was pretty sweet.
I remember sitting, like, because it was like 9 in the morning in Ireland, and one fella in Drumshambo had Sky Sports. There was like about 30 fellas, 19 or 20, watching this game. And Brian scored this try, Ruth. And just for people that don't remember the try or thinking, what's the try about? This is Sky. Like, obviously we get excited about Brian O'Driscoll, but this is Sky, Stuart Barnes, Little Englander if you want, alright? This was his reaction and the co-commentator to that try when Brian left for the Lions, left the Australian defence for dead and put Matt Burke on his backside. So let's have a listen to this. Your cans are on, have a listen.
Perry injured in the first half, remember. This is O'Driscoll! It's gone through! Oh, he's going! O'Driscoll for the post! Brian O'Driscoll! Oh, you beauty! That is incredible!
What a try! O'Driscoll. Nathan Gray left for dead. And what a step. Burke's on 1 minute. And the brilliant Irishman has cut Australia to pieces. Where was George Smith? Where were the Wallabies? Genius.
How do you feel listening to that?
I must have been lying, because that was all over in about 3 seconds. I don't run 50 metres in 3 seconds, so it must have been more like 20 metres.
But you're 21 then, Brian. So
that's true. I was able to shift a bit more than I can these days.
Listen, when you hang around for another couple of minutes, Paddy literally has a list of questions he's wanted to ask you all his lifetime. So we can hang around another minute while we take a couple of songs on
I would
2FM.
love to.